Hello, namaste everyone. I hope you guys are doing great. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is for Aries zodiac signs. So I think I'm feeling lot with my energy today. So I think maybe because I had to make the video for the Aries individuals. It's all about energy, it's all about passion, right? So let's go ahead with it. But before that, if you would like to have your personal consultations from me, you can check out the link in the description box, www.anmollastrology.com. Under the readings and unique reading section, you can book a personal reading for yourself. And also, there are courses available. 2 courses are available on my website for online courses, and you can sign up for them as well. Okay. And if you guys want to have regular updates about astrology from me, then please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you get regular updates. I'm going to mention the links for other videos like Rahu's transit in the sign of Aquarius and Ketu's transit in the sign of Leo. You can also watch them first and then come back to this video so as to see what it has in for you. And remember, this video has to be seen from your moon chart or Chandra chart first, as in your moon zodiac sign first, and then refer to your ascendant sign. Now, please don't ask that whether ascendant one is important or moon one is important. Both are equally important, but watch it first because they are the nodes of the moon, the north node and the south node. That's why watch them from the moon first and then watch them from the ascendant. Okay, so let's get started. Now, for an Aries zodiac sign, Ketu is going to transit in their 5th house in the sign of Leo, and Rahu is going to transit in the 11th house. Whenever the transit of Rahu and Ketu comes in, for the 18 months, those 2 houses become extremely important for you. It becomes like you are running back and forth in between those houses. Those 2 houses become the everyday life of yours. So as to understand this, we need to understand what is the 5th house, what is the 11th house, and what it will activate. Rahu Ketu are the karmic planets. So it definitely will give you karma related to the 5th house and the 11th house. 5th house is the house of your education. So if you are a student, Ketu coming into your 5th house can make you take a gap in your studies. It can make you either get into so of research and study, isolate yourself, study long hours so as to give your competitive exams or your general exams. Or it basically is going to make you take a gap, take some time off to understand what do you want with your career. That is also something will happen with the students or with the ones who are who are in the initial stage of their career, and even with those Aries who have been into their career since very long, because at the same time you also have your Saraswati and your Saturn is in the 12th house. This is the time for you to acknowledge your passion, your interests, your inbuilt talents. That is what this Ketu and the Saturn in the 12th house is going to lead you towards. It is going to make you learn more about, make deep researches and accumulate knowledge about what you love, what you feel happy doing, whether it is music, whether it is some creative endeavors, whether it is knowledge, whether it is astrology. 5th house is the house of the children, education. It is the house of romance. When Ketu comes into the 5th house, howsoever romantic person you are, howsoever of a calm individual you are, but when Ketu comes into the 5th house, you get disappointed on the pettiest matters when it comes to love, when it comes to romance. You have huge reactions, especially with the Leo in the fifth house and then Ketu coming in on the fifth house as a transit. You're going to start becoming reactive. Even if you want to go on an adventure with your spouse, you're going to be very inclined towards, yes, let's make it happen. But at the same time, see, Ketu is detachment, Ketu is dissatisfaction. So the loop that you're going to experience is you will try to obsess over the romance within the marriage. Then you will get dissatisfied with it. You will start moving out. You will start being more concerned about your friend circle, social circle, and your interactions out there, or within your work, within your career. So that is the loop. So do not think with Ketu, it is just the one extreme that you're going to experience. You are going to experience both the ends of that stick. Okay, fifth house is your interaction with your children. Your first child can have a bit of complications or some problems maybe in their studies or within their life. Ketu, when comes into the fifth house, it first attaches you deeply with your creativity, with your knowledge, with your research, with your children, with your romance. If you are married, if you have children, then your children, in fact. But then it detaches you from that and it takes you away from it. It takes you towards the 11th house. That's where the obsessive part of Rahu is. Okay, fifth house is also the house of speculation, shares, gambling. Most of all, most of the people consider eighth house as to be of gambling, but trust me, I have seen people getting into gambling even if they have never been in, to the casinos, and also putting their money out in shares, researching about it, and investing their money in shares when Ketu comes into the fifth house. And then you get dissatisfied from the result that you're getting, and then you move away from the fifth house. But this works very well if you just have to accumulate knowledge related to shares, related to some creation, something that is going to create something, because the fifth house is your creative self-expression. With Ketu in the fifth house, you lose the control over what or how I should react. And whatever is in your heart, in your mind, just comes out, just pops out like that. That's why with Ketu coming into the fifth house, that too in a fire sign makes you more reactive. For women who are maybe expecting a child, expecting childbirth, this can activate the childbirth for you. But most of all, in most cases, I've seen that such individuals, it's better to let Ketu go first and then to expect a pregnancy. Okay, now the 11th house. Rahu being in the 11th house, what is 11th house? 11th house is your desires. It is your social presence. It is the house of Aquarius, the water bearer. It is the futuristic house, the house that makes you plan the future, that wants you to feel secure. I think Taurus and Aquarius are the two signs which are very futuristic. These are the two signs. The people who are ruled by these two signs are going to be the one who definitely want to have stability and security in their life. 11th house is the house of your social networking, your interaction with MNCs, corporates. It's the corporate world. It's also the NGOs. So when Rahu comes there, Rahu will increase your desires. Rahu would be like that you'll never get satisfied of whatever you have. You want more and more and more. Anything that you have one desire that get fulfilled, the second desire is already coming towards you. And then you want that to get fulfilled, then the third one, then the fourth one. It's a never-ending pattern. With Rahu coming into the 11th house, be very careful of deceptive friends. Because when Rahu comes into the 11th house, your social circle explodes suddenly. At one moment, you were a person who hardly, went out with someone. Who hardly had friends. But as soon as Rahu enters your 11th house, you are going to have so many friends. You're going to start interacting with so many people. It's like a person getting out of a relationship, getting out of, getting a breakup with a boyfriend or girlfriend. And now they're like, now I'm going to explore. Now I'm going to hang out with my friends, with my lost friends because of my boyfriend or my girlfriend. I could not spend time with them. I had to leave them. So things like that are going to happen. But Rahu in the 11th house promises you fulfillment of your desires. It expands your horizon with experiencing and exploring yourself in life. But when the circle increases, the chances of getting deceived also increases. Okay, so be very careful with your friend circle. Now, let's dive into the chart so that we have a better explanation to it. So here we go. Give me a second. Let's choose another color. Let's choose orange. Okay, so you being an Aries, why is it not working? Oh, I was just trying it and it went haywire. Okay, now it's still not working. So for example, you are a just give me 1 second. I need to check this up. Okay. Whenever I'm doing something like this, it starts working. Okay. Right. I think there was a wire that was actually over my writing pad. So that's why it wasn't working. So if you are in Aries ascendant, you have Ketu in the 5th house. Right? And Rahu here. And at the same time, Saturn here. Be very careful of alcohol. Again, okay, let me tell you that as well. The moment I remembered that Rahu is in the 11th and Saturn is in the 12th, I thought that is something I need to tell. When you will watch the video with Ketu coming into the sign of Leo, you'll understand how this Ketu in the 5th house is going to play with your confidence. It is going to make you doubt your self-esteem, your confidence. And so as to build it up, you're going to actually explore your areas with the social networking, because this is the time you're healing your confident self. You're healing your self-esteem. You're finding out your creative self. You're finding out that Leo within you, that confidence, that boldness, that courage within you. Okay, but definitely this is a very promising transit for people who are related to creative businesses. They will get a lot of ideas, a lot of intuition, and a lot of intuitive ideas. Okay, they will also learn about it. I'd also see learning, because definitely the 9th house is highly activated by the 7th aspect of Jupiter, and by the 10th aspect of Saturn, and by the 5th aspect of Ketu, which we are going to discuss now. And that is the reason why you are going to choose higher learning. You're going to take some time off either from your career, from your work, or you're going to take some time off from your education so as to educate yourself for the higher knowledge. Like, for example, I remember having a client with Aries ascendant who wanted to take some time off from the college so as to decide what they want to do further. as their higher education. So their ideas were to go and try different, different overview. There's a term that we call, I don't remember that, where you basically try to understand what could be within the professions, or what could be the subjects you can learn within some profession. So that person was in that journey, that I need to take some time off, I need to learn a few more things, then decided which higher degree I want to go for. Okay, so something like this could happen. Now, Ketu's fifth aspect on the ninth house basically is an aspect which is going to give you fortune. It is going to give you fortune in respect to your luck, to your bhagya. Ketu is definitely a planet of detachment. The fifth aspect of every planet works as the Purva Punya Bhava. Like it starts giving you the results of your past life good deeds. But of course, this fifth aspect is going to make you learn about mythology, about higher studies, higher lessons. Maybe this gap is basically happening because you are planning to go overseas. That is why Jupiter would be here. You're planning to travel, you're planning to look for job overseas. That's why this gap kind of a situation is there. Or you want to start a business where you interact with foreign people or people at a distance. You want to establish such a business. It could be any of those. Well, the fifth aspect of Ketu is knowledge based, is to understand the creative self of that house. And this shows that you are going to understand the creative self of the house of the ninth house, about your beliefs, about your ethics, that what should have your attention, what is your stand in this life, what is your dharma in this life. This Ketu will make you have realizations of that, have realizations of what public image is about, what respect is about. It could even make you dive towards spirituality. Very strong placement to make you dive into spirituality and have a very transformative outlook towards spirituality during this time. Now, the ninth aspect of Ketu is going to be on your first house. Ninth aspect means that you are going to learn about self growth, self love. You're going to learn about what your strengths are, what your inbuilt talents are. That is what Ketu is simply research. Ketu is simply finding out what is deeply rooted. Now, Ketu's ninth aspect means that because of something transformative, because of something like a war-like situation, you can say, or a war-like scenario where you'll have to fight, where you'll have to take up your personality, take up your stance, such an instance will actually lead you towards understanding of your confidence. By the time this Ketu has to go away from your ascendant, this is going to make you learn about what confidence is, how confidently you have to be there. You have to take the control of your life. This is what Ketu is trying to teach you. And trust me, whatsoever happens in your life for these 18 months, do not think that what bad is happening. Trust me, this is the God's plan for you. Ketu is a malefic, but it is surprisingly positive as well. This is a planet which works with God's plan. It is going to give you definitely what God thinks is right for you. For many people, this could even create a breakup, detachment from love, romance, and the materialistic side of life because it is Leo, detachment from self, so as to reattach to self by the end of this journey. I'm trying to tell you the whole theme of these 18 months. So right now, you guys might think that what is she saying? That is not resonating. But trust me, let this transit just gel in within you, and you will see what I'm saying. Okay? Now, the fifth aspect of Rahu is going to be on your third house, where Jupiter is. Fifth aspect of Rahu makes you view towards that area in a very eccentric manner, in a very different manner. You feel obsessed towards creating something out of that house, for building something out of that house. So Rahu being in the 11th, getting fifth aspect on the third house, you will be very much keen about technology. You'll be learning something about technology, marketing, and personality development, skills, your skills. Rahu's fifth aspect on the third house makes you rebel from your close people, close friends, close relatives. It makes you rebel from your gurus as well, because Jupiter is already sitting there. It is a timeline where you feel whatsoever, whosoever is telling me, I don't care. I just need to do what I need to do. I'm going to take this action. I will take this action. But everything that is, that is basically triggering such actions or triggering such thoughts is that you want to fulfill your desires. You want to rise ahead of what you were before. You want to do something innovative. You want to bring in a massive change within your life and into the lives of people. Right? So again, the fifth aspect of Rahu is going to make you learn a lot about the third house matters, media, communications. How do you express yourself? How do you present yourself? How do you show your actions, show your skills out there? How do you market your product, market your skills? Okay, now the ninth aspect of Rahu is going to be on the seventh house. So having ninth aspect of Rahu over the seventh house means that you are going to rebel against your spouse, against your partner in a relationship. Your ninth aspect on of Rahu over your seventh house means this is the area from which you do want to explore, which you do want to get knowledge from. That is the area where definitely you're going to get your lessons from. But at the same time, this is the area where you want to rebel. You don't want to follow the orders of this area. So if you are in a relationship, you will see there can be some ups and downs happening within your relationship, within your marriage. If you're married, it's not a break for you. It is a break within the romantic life of your marriage. Or if you are unmarried, then you might face breakup within your romantic life. But if you are married and Rahu's ninth aspect comes over your seventh house, it gives you lessons with partnership. It will tell you how do you have to balance your relationships, but not in a blunt manner, in a very manipulative and diplomatic manner. How do you deal with your interactions with others, but in a very smart way? because Rahu is all about doing something in their own way. It's not, I won't say it's not blunt, but it's not straightforward. It's like a jalebi, round and round and round and round. Okay, so that's what the aspect means. Now let's quickly dive into the planets. Oh, my screen just went down. Okay, so if suppose you have Sun, if suppose you have Sun in the fifth house, Ketu comes over it. You you get a instance in your life where you're going to feel that your pride has been pierced or divided into halves, two halves, like cut in between because of your love and romance. You would feel that detachment from love. You will even, like, something came into my mind, a vision kind of a thing. And actually, this is more of something I have seen very constantly on the reels. Like, for example, this could be a person who makes a huge gesture for their romantic partner, maybe proposes them with a huge setup, because you have Sun in the sign of Leo. You never do anything without drama. You never do anything in a small manner. You always have to make it look large. So you proposed, but you got a no. That's why there's a pierce into your heart. Pierce, and at the same time, embarrassment. Or maybe the person just did not take a stand for you. Like in the past days, I've been seeing so many reels, and even some people in my friend list are also sharing their life stories where when someone did not take stand for them and how they felt. For some reason, I've seen 2 to 3 stories popping up of the people I knew and sharing their stories about it. So this is the kind of, this is the kind of um, cut that you're going to get on your self-esteem, on your pride. Ketu coming over Sun, it detaches you from the arrogance, but it makes you very reactive first. It's like you take up all the action, all the reactions, all the aggressive self, and take it all out in your reactions. And by the time this Ketu moves away from your Sun, you are going to start becoming the most humble individual, also considering the fact you're going through your Sarasati. And for those who are just the Aries ascendant, but any other moon, it is also a type of a Sarasati for you. Not, of course, the 100% Sarasati result, but Saturn transiting from your 12th, 1st, and 2nd is also going to give you similar effects. Not exact, but similar. Sun being in the 11th house, being the fifth lord, and Rahu comes over it. This is exactly opposite. This could be a scenario where you will have to fight for your love, where you can get that opportunity to turn your love encounter into marriage. This is the time where you will feel quite prideful. You will feel you're over the top, you're at number one. At the same time, you will be able to get recognized because of influential individuals, and those can even be foreigners in nature. Or it simply means that you are very high on your ego, on your arrogance, but at the same time, you're getting recognized for your work done. You're getting recognized for your creativity. You're getting that fame. And for some people, for a very few fraction, based on what planetary placements you have, this could even make you infamous. That is because Rahu creates Grahan Yoga with Sun, a strong Grahan Yoga. But this also creates a major transformation within your friend circle. It maybe detaches you from your elder sibling or your friend circle. You may find power struggles to be happening with your elder sibling. This is the time when your ego, your personality basically transforms. You have been an introvert person till now. Now you have developed your confidence after Saturn moved out of it. Now with Rahu, it's like the confidence is all over your head. Now you can also become overconfident. Okay, so watch over your personality changes, your reactions, and your confidence. Then moon. If moon is in the fifth house and Ketu comes over it, right? So when Ketu and Rahu comes over the moon, it transforms the way you connect yourself, the way you take decisions. Ketu coming over moon, you feel very fearful at taking decisions. You feel fearful with your emotions. You feel clueless with your emotions. So you will see that if you are in a relationship, you just start depending upon that person blindly. And you will, even if that person tells you to leave the house, you're going to leave the house. That is how impactful this Ketu coming over your moon in the fifth house could be. This is the lord of the fourth house, basically, coming into the fifth house. You're finding your happiness. You find your happiness actually through your love encounters. And now, Ketu coming over it, it definitely is going to give you a heartbreak. It is going to transform you emotionally, the way you connect emotionally with others, because of some sort of deception that you're going to experience. Try not to take any major decision out of being influenced by someone else. Try not to react just because someone said something in your ear. But definitely a very good combination for research, for learning about your skills, for learning about what you want to do in this life, for learning about mythology, for learning how to teach others about your creativity that you have within yourself. This could be a difficult time for a person when it's about their emotions. But at the same time, this is also the time which is going to give you the wisdom of understanding boundaries, understanding who is right for you and who is wrong, understanding the psychology of others. Okay, now Rahu, if suppose moon is in the 11th house, your fourth lord is in the 11th house. Rahu is coming over it. You may get a property, you may purchase a property, you may get inheritance as well. This is the time when you will be obsessed about achieving comforts, achieving a stable career, achieving a stable salary, stable income. Things will come abrupt, like suddenly. But your focus is on achieving, but you're going to change the way you interact and connect with others emotionally. The way you connect with your social circle, everything is going to change. And especially with moon in the 11th house and then Rahu coming over that moon, this is, be very, very careful of whom you are interacting with. You can interact with very secretive individuals, very hideous people who can have their hidden agendas. Next, we have Jupiter. With Jupiter in the fifth house, being the lord of your ninth and 12th house, there can be a love situation, a long distance love or long distance relationship that you are going to detach from, or you will experience intense events into that relationship. Ketu is going to give you the wisdom of understanding of others, understanding of what life is about, and also giving you a sense of loneliness, sense of lesson, because there could be a detachment. There could be loss of someone, loss of love kind of feeling that you're going to have within your mind, within your heart. But definitely Ketu coming over Jupiter or Jupiter coming over Ketu, this is by far the most difficult timeline you will have, and yet the most learning experiences that you will have. Something that is going to help you whole of your life. That is what this transit talks about. Now, let's take Jupiter in the 11th house. In 11th house, you want to expand your circle. You're not the circle that you socially interact with as a way of like casual friendship or something. This is the circle from which you want to gain. You want to be flamboyant within. You want to boast about things within that circle. You want your futuristic desires to get fulfilled. Your 9th and 12th lord comes into the 11th house. That means losses are coming towards your elder sibling. At the same time, life lessons are coming towards your elder sibling. But also, this could even be an opportunity to be recognized overseas. Okay, so Jupiter in the 11th house can give you a difficult relationship with your elder sibling. When Rahu comes over that Jupiter, it is going to intensely expand that energy, explode that energy, actually. So, Rahu coming over Jupiter, it's like making the guru corrupt. So, there could be some disagreements with the elder sibling or with your friend circle, or you may interact with people as in your friends who are going to not guide you correctly, or they will have some of their selfish agenda towards guiding you. Next, we have Venus. Venus being in the 5th house, Ketu coming over it, definitely a heartbreak situation from specifically love or romantic relationship. At the same time, a romantic relationship is going to make it very hard for you to give your exams if you are a student. This is the timeline, or and especially this could be a massive transformative time for you, and also it could be a heartbreaking time for you, especially if you are going through your 25th and 26th year along with this transit coming in. This Venus is the lord of the 2nd and the 7th, coming into the 5th. If you are married, right, there's a major transformation that you would experience in the part of your finances and in the part of your relationships. Ketu coming over Venus can be good in terms of spiritual realizations, diving into spiritual studies and spirituality. I'm not talking about religiousness. I'm talking about spiritual awakening, understanding of the higher conscious. Ketu coming over Venus, you're going to either break up currently and you're stuck in that relationship. It has been very hard for you to move out of it. You are struggling each day. You are in that moving on phase, or it makes you retrospect towards the past, your past interactions, your past connections that you have had. Maybe you are thinking about your past lover. But this definitely is a karmic time for your relationships, and your karma is to get hurt from someone because in the past life you did that to someone else. But this is a very spiritually aligning transit and also a very creative one. You are going to be self-conscious and self-analytical with your creation, which will actually, as a result, make you more perfect. At the same time, you will be looking for options of investments. You will be making alternative sources of income through your creative self, through your knowledge. Now, if this Venus is in the opposite house, second and seventh lord going into the 11th house, and Rahu comes over it, definitely a time that you will get married in. It's a time where your responsibilities are going to activate. They are going to increase. At the same time, you'll be having enjoyable experiences. For the ones who are already married, this could give you a relationship out of marriage within your social circle or within your corporate job. Definitely very good transit in terms of money, luxury, and career recognition. You will experience a transformation, a major transformation within your career, within your finances, within your relationships. But that can work positively for you. Now, what is positive as per your thoughts? That depends. But Rahu coming over Venus, it basically corrupts the significance of your devotion. You can even get deception from female knowns, female friends. You will be getting deceived at the same time, at the time you are getting that recognition, you're getting that fulfillment of your desires. So be very careful of females specifically when you have Venus in the sign of Aquarius. You will start spending more. You will have to spend some money. Maybe you'll have to spend some money on your elder sibling. They are getting married. You have that responsibility. You will have to, you are required to, spend some money or give a huge gesture for them as a part of their marriage gift, something like this. Or maybe as a part of your responsibility, you'll have to take care of the expenses of your elder sibling. Okay. So now next we have Mars. Mars, when in the fifth house, it's a very clever Mars. In the fifth and 11th axis, when I see Mars, I know this person will do anything and everything in their power to actually dominate their romantic life and their desires. They work towards their desires. They are determined towards having a romance and at the same time getting fulfilled with their desires. This is a time when a person with Mars in the fifth house, you definitely want to have a love marriage. You're going to fight to have a love marriage, or you're going to find your way out manipulatively if you have certain planets conjunct with it, so as to get a love marriage. When Ketu comes over it, it divides your energy. This is definitely not a good transit for the ones who are studying currently, because it will give you problems in not just confidence, but concentration. It will give you problems with concentration. You're acting very lazy. You're not studying. You're not studying in time. And for some reason, there can be situations or problems within your studies. This Mars is your first and the eighth lord. Sudden ups and downs are coming into your romantic life. This is going to detach you from romance. This is going to detach you from the lustful nature of yours within the romance or your romantic encounters. And at the same time, it is going to make you dive into deep technical research and deep technical creative research, rather, let me tell it. like this. This can even make you an actor. This can make you a stage performer. It's like Ketu coming over it. You're getting that dissatisfaction from your performances. You're getting that criticism from everywhere, but you'll still be working upon. This is basically, this is a situation for you to get better with it, for you to learn from your mistakes. This also creates problems with your digestive system. You might have to even get a surgery if you are in certain ages, and if you are activating certain planets through your Vimshotri Dasha, like stone issues, intestinal problems, stomach related problems, digestion issues. That is all because of your unhealthy eating patterns. You eat like a royal king. You eat bhaturas, you eat all that fried food, masaledar food. Okay, so you need to keep your nutrition on point, your eating patterns on point. Now, if Mars is in the 11th house, Rahu comes over it. It is the lord of your first and the 8th house. Sudden transformations within your personality and within your social circle. These sudden transformation will definitely make you achieve something, make you achieve your desires. Mars being in the 11th house or in the sign of Aquarius are the most determined individuals that I've seen. Most determined and most clever also. Most overthinkers also. But trust me, if you are not 28 yet, you might not agree to to what I'm saying. Because once this Mars matures, you will become that person. You will become practical. You would want to have a higher status in the society. When Rahu comes over this Mars, it makes you reflect a higher self of the society, like higher reputation within the society. It could happen anyways, like it could happen because of a promotion, it could happen because of recognition, or it could be that nothing nothing as such has happened, but you have started becoming that person. Like you have something, but you are boasting about what you have in a more dramatic way. But this definitely wants you to get determined with the future plans and bring in innovations, technical innovations. Okay, there could be sudden ups and downs that could come into the life of your elder sibling. And even with Mars in the 5th house, with your children. Sudden ups and downs within your children's life. Now, Mercury. If Mercury is in the 5th house, being the lord of the 3rd and the 6th house, again, some conflict will arise into your romantic life, because of which you will have to put in a lot of effort, but still something like this would happen that you will get embarrassment out of it, and then you just shut down your playfulness. You shut down yourself. You become serious. You become more mature because of that transformative event. Ketu and Rahu coming over Mercury basically afflicts the Mercury, afflicts your nervous system, afflicts your thinking, as in it makes you more of an overthinker, over analyzer, over critical of self, especially with Ketu coming over Mercury. With Mercury being in the 5th house and that too in Leo, you are a chatty person. But with Ketu coming over it, now you'll have to go through the karma related to your female friends, sisters, your daughter, or even your love life, your communication. Okay. Now, on the other hand, if Mercury goes into the 11th house, being the third and the sixth lord, this changes the dynamic completely. This makes you very much technically involved into technology and communications and multimedia. This is the time when you'll be learning so much. You will experience deception with females, female colleagues, especially within your work area, workspace. But at the same time, this is the time which is causing that overthinking within you about your fulfillment of your desires, about not getting satisfied from your recognition, from the appreciation that you're getting. That's why this is a transformative time when it is about your job scenario. You might shift your job, or you might get on a different area within that similar job, or you're traveling overseas because of a job. This could happen either way. There definitely is travel and a transformative change for growing in your career. Next, we have Saturn. Saturn being in the fifth house, being the lord of the 10th and 11th. A significant change you have to experience with your career. Significant transformation within your career. You may also take some time off from your career so as to understand your service, understand what do you feel aligned with, what do you feel inclined towards in as a part of your career. Or for females specifically, or maybe males who are a single parents, single dads, you will have to take some time off to take care of your newborns or your children. You will have to take a leave to take care of them, to provide your service towards them. Or you take off from your career so as to follow your passion. Okay, when Saturn is in the 11th house, Rahu comes over it in the sign of Aquarius. Whatever you do in these 18 months, whatever you do, whatever recognition you get, whatever increment you get, whatever incentives you get, do not disclose. Do not talk about it to anyone. If you're planning to travel anywhere, if you're planning to do something in your life, with your life, do not tell anyone. Try to be as secretive as you can with this Rahu and Saturn. This also shows that you will follow a more unconventional approach towards how you connect with people, how you socially connect with people. This could make you rebel or distance yourself from your elder sibling. This could dive you into AI, security, surveillances, scientific subjects. This could be something which is going to help you, something scientific, something related to security, surveillance is going to help you achieve success in your career. If you're looking for ideas, of course, there has to be so many things that has to be seen first. But for that, you can check out my playlist of career. There you'll get every set of technique that you need to use to find out the best possible career for you. Okay, being the 10th and the 11th lord definitely talks for the bhog, the bhoga karka, the bhog that you're going to receive from your career, the recognition that you're going to receive from your career. But at the same time, you'll be very prone to nazar, to jealousy of people. Okay, now next we have Rahu and Ketu. So if you have Rahu Ketu natal transit, like Ketu, you have your natal Ketu in the 5th house, natal Rahu in the 11th house, and Ketu and Rahu are coming there. Everything that I discussed till the time I started talking about sun, that is all you're going to experience intensely, transformatively within these 18 months. You are going to feel that pierce from love. that detachment from love, that gap or delay within the education, lack of concentration, finding yourself, your self-worth, your confidence. You're going to feel all of it. By what? By diving deep into the fifth house and then detaching from its significance. First, you'll be intensely involved. You'll feel vulnerable. Then you'll find your control. You'll find your confidence that you're going to use as a part of your life. Then you are going to get that wisdom. If Rahu is over Rahu in the 11th house, you're going to feel more determined towards your goals. You're going to feel more determined towards connecting with people, socializing for work, for gain, social, actually gains and recognition through the career. For that, you'll have a purpose with these interactions. Okay. At the same time, if it is reversed, if Rahu is in the fifth house and Ketu is in the 11th house, Ketu coming over Rahu in the fifth house detaches you from your obsession towards love. One thing you will see when there is Rahu in the fifth house in the sign of Leo, these people are obsessed. These people are the ones who will get offended from their partner or from their relationship partner or their spouse when, even if they don't get the attention for a single minute. This Ketu is basically here to teach them that always the eyes are not on them. They are not the celebrity. That is what this Ketu is going to give you a lesson. It is going to give you so many transformative events regarding your pride, attention-seeking nature. By the end of this, you'll get that wisdom that I need to improvise myself. I need to give space to my partner. I need to be less obsessive. But it helps you with creativity. It definitely helps you with creativity. It dives you deeper into this shares, speculative work, gambling, all of that. And you get karma through that. So be very careful. Be first, always when Ketu comes into any house, look for the deep rooted causes of that house, heal them, and then move forward. This wants you to heal your self-esteem. This wants you to not have, with Rahu in the fifth house, you have that confidence, you have that, that representation of the personality on the outside, but internally, it is nothing. Internally, it's shallow. This Ketu wants you to fill that void. It wants you to first get hurt and understand that this is something which is nothing in front of spirituality. It is nothing, as compared to it. It is not that important, which should disturb my mind. So now I'm going to attach and I'm going to develop a wisdom. I'm going to settle my terms with it. Now, when Rahu is coming over Ketu in the 11th house, you have been a person who has very limited interactions with others, limited connections, limited social circle. This Rahu wants you to break the boundaries there. Ketu in the 11th house, you don't desire anything for yourself. You just desire attention of your partner. That's it. This Rahu will make you understand that you need to desire. You need to desire to what makes you happy. You need to work upon that. You need to follow that. Okay. So guys, this was my analysis about Rahu and Ketu's transit for the sign of Aries. And with this, we are finished with this transit series. Now I will see, I might come up with other series from the next time. Let's see what will the topic be. Okay, so have a great time. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Take care.